So I think one of the great things about Ohio is the geographic location, and because it's a smaller university, I think people tend to get to know each other, faculty get to know each other. After I got here and I met sort of the breadth of the faculty, I was very impressed with the level of funding and really the professional accomplishments of the faculty. And I thought OU would be a perfect place to develop both teaching and research simultaneously. It seemed like a really good hybrid university for both of those parts of my career. Early in my career at Ohio, I became sort of drawn into the water quality issues in the area that are left over from coal mining. And there were some great collaborators. There was Mary Sturtz, who was a professor in geology, and I now collaborate with an Appalachian watershed research group that has people from the Voinovich School. So we have engineers, there's some Voinovich School staff, there's an algal biologist, and we have geologists. And so I have now become more interdisciplinary than ever before. And I think it's the nature of water as a resource. It really involves a lot of different approaches. I was trained as an entomologist, and so that's a very organismal-based type of training. So I learned physiology, I learned ecology and evolution, but it was all focused on insects. And now I think I would describe myself more as a stream ecologist, because even though my expertise is insects and aquatic macroinvertebrates, I've had to really develop a better understanding of how the insects and macroinvertebrates fit into the ecology of streams. Sort of part of this, journey of becoming more interdisciplinary. I was kind of the only ecologist we had on the team, and so I had to step up and learn that. What I really like to do is give the students a chance to get hands-on. So we have a lot of field activities. They get in vans, they go to a site, they have the instruments that they use to sample the biology, they take water chemistry measurements, they put on hip waders, they get out there, they do the fish shocking. And I think this is really important to our upper level biologists, because they spend the first couple of years kind of learning the basics, but then somewhere between year 2 and year 4, they have to get some experience with the actual skills and protocols and how you measure, how do you hold a turtle when you pull it out of a stream? How do you actually measure a fish when it's flopping everywhere? But they basically need those skills to be able to apply successfully for a job. So I think in addition to sort of the higher learning and the critical thinking skills, I think it's really important to get field experience if you're going to be a biologist, especially a conservation biologist. But I think the students really engage in a deeper level because their curiosity is sparked, and they know that they're learning the skills that they're going to need in their next job. Ohio is really your best type of college town. The students are here, but the faculty live nearby, most of them, and and I think Ohio really puts sort of honestly tries to cultivate that community outreach. And so there's a lot of emphasis, especially now, on partnerships and service-based learning and ways that the university and the students can connect with the longer-term community members. And I think that's really good for a lot of students who come here, because I think a lot of the undergrads actually come from places like, bigger cities, Cincinnati or Columbus, where maybe there's not as much of a sense of community. And then they come here to work and they're able to really connect through the faculty and other jobs on campus with what Athens is all about. And Athens is a pretty special place, I think.